Thank you, Craig Bullock, for joining us on Game On today. Craig is the chairman of the Street Dance School Association. Craig, if you could just give us an outline of this association and the leagues that are involved with this association.
Okay, Street Dance School Association is basically the mother umbrella or the main umbrella, and then the Dance Sports School League is a subsidiary of the Street Dance School Association. The reason we created the Dance Sports School League was to give dance athletes an equal opportunity to compete on the same level that we have rugby, cricket, hockey, netball, athletics, but to create dance as a sport within our country.
So something you told me that is very interesting, the DSSL is recognized by SASCOC.
That's correct. So we've gotten an associate membership from the main dance body, which is called Dance Sport South Africa, and all dance forms need to form under the Dance Sport South Africa umbrella. Now, street dance has got an associate membership with Dance Sport South Africa, and Dance Sport South Africa is actually affiliated to SASCOC.
Okay.
So SASCOC, for us to be recognized by our government, we have to be recognized by SASCOC. And Dance Sport South Africa, which is the main body, we've got our associate membership with Dance Sport South Africa.
All right. And tell me, what is your definition of an athlete?
Well, my definition is an athlete has to have athleticism, they have to have strength, they have to be flexible, they have to have power, they also need to be basically like Usain Bolt,
yes,
but the dance version.
Okay, so do you think that dancers in South Africa don't have this recognition like they should as athletes?
Through the National Federation, which is called Dance Sport South Africa, this recognition has taken place now, finally, where dance is recognized as a sport in our country, but not just all dance forms, specifically street dance is recognized as a sport within our country. So we are getting the recognition because now athletes can compete on a district level, a regional level, a national level or / provincial, and eventually international.
How do they compete on that national level? I read something about how street dance offers Protea colors.
That's
Is
correct.
that the way to compete on the national level?
That's correct. Well, you only obtain Protea colors if you represent your country internationally. So South Africa right now, the Street Dance School Association is in negotiations with a few countries, namely the Netherlands and Mauritius and the Seychelles, as well as Denmark, to give the platform for our athletes to be able to compete internationally. And then through that, when they compete internationally, they will be getting their Protea colors.
And how do you find these athletes to give Protea colors to? Is it through the DSSL and leagues like this?
Through the DSSL, they have to basically compete on a district level. And as they compete on a district level, the top athletes from the districts get to then compete in the regional level. And through the district to regional is already a step up. So some of the really not the dancers that's still trying out, they will eventually fall by the wayside. And only the top athletes will then get to go onto the regional level. Once they're in the regional level, they will then compete provincial. So the best of Gauteng will then compete against the best of the Western Cape, the best of the KZN, the best of the Northwest Province, and all 9 provinces. The best of all 9 provinces will come together and compete. And through that process, they will be selected. The top athletes will then be selected to compete internationally and represent South Africa.
And tell me, why have you targeted schools specifically for this league?
You know, as a country, we're not used to our traditional sports are rugby and cricket and hockey. But when you go into when you do dance, it's like these dances are already meant to be on a higher performance level. we've actually missed the development section. We've missed where the development should be taking place. If you look at all successful sports in our country, the development takes place within the school system. And through the school system, the grassroots, that's where we mold and shape and get these athletes to become the best. And then from the top athletes from the schools, they will then move on and say, I'm really good, but how can I become better? And that's when they start to join a club or a studio to become better.
So how do you feel the DSSL instills confidence within the young dancers of our country?
Well, if you just look at the vibe out there, these dancers have started, it's a 4-week process. So the first week they dance and some of them are very shy, but as they get to mingle with other athletes and other dancers and they see how they do it, they just learn to adapt and then take on this form of becoming better. And that means that they're starting to practice more. So they go home and they work on their moves, or they're in school and they have like lessons with their dance coach within school. And through that process, the confidence level is starting to build. And of course, as they're working towards becoming better, and they start to see, wow, I've started from a quarter-final, and I've even just made a semi-final. That means they've made one round. It's a confidence booster for the students, for the athletes, because they've started out from a low, where maybe there's a lot of athletes competing, but now it starts to narrow down from, like let's say 24 athletes competed, from 24 they have to bring it down to 14.
Yes.
And through that process, some of these shy kids, they discover, wow, I can do this because I've made it to the next round. Some of the kids are not ball sports players. Those are the kids that we're also targeting, because not everyone can hit the ball or catch a ball because they're not used to that. And of course, the Dance Sports School League is not only targeted at slim athletes. It's also, you can be a little bit chubby, you can be very tall, you can be very short. It's actually reaching everyone.
Yes, exactly. DSSL approached Game On magazine about how they reach out to disadvantaged students in South Africa who may not necessarily have access to traditional sports. Just tell Game On a little bit about that.
So what we're doing is we have an initiative with Soweto, where we have a coach, and that coach gets trained by the Dance Sports School League national coach. Through that process, we're training a coach within the community. So that community could be Soweto, or that community could be Khayelitsha, and we basically training up that coach to go into that community and work with the athletes right there by their doorstep where they're at, to give them an equal opportunity also to be part of the Dance Sports School League. So we approach the school and we tell the school about the Dance Sports School League, and the school in the disadvantaged community says, yes, we like this, because our kids love movement. They love to jiggle around and stuff, so it's giving them a chance that, because in South Africa, truth be told, we have natural talent. Yes. When it comes to movement, when it comes to dancing, put the music on and we're moving. And so that's why we're reaching out to those communities that would not have an opportunity to pay for a dance studio to come and learn how to dance, or to pay a club to learn how to dance. Now we bring it right to your doorstep, right to your school, right in your disadvantaged community, so that you can come out of that and become successful, and basically you start to integrate with other schools as well. And that's how the process is starting to build up.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much, Craig. We are very inspired by the way that you're reaching out to South Africans and the dancing world. And we look forward to seeing how the year unfolds for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.